How are you doing? I hope you're doing great. You, your family, your friends, your parents, all significant others. And I hope you're taking good care of your pets. And give your pet a hug for me. Well, now I just didn't want to comment on this Oprah Winfrey Taraji problem over The Color Purple, the musical. Now, I didn't see it, and the reason I didn't see it is I think I didn't want to see that story turned into a musical because it was so serious, and I think having people singing would not have been what I wanted to remember this story being about. But I hope for all of those of you who've seen it that you enjoyed it. I heard it's really enjoyable, and that a lot of people have advised people to go see the Color Purple, the musical, and that you will enjoy it. For me, it just wasn't something I can really conceive of. But I just wanted to talk about this whole media blitz about this controversy between Taraji and Oprah. Now, when you have a deal, and this is true in any field, whether you're in theater, movies, music, you have to make your needs and desires and so forth very clear. And I know in the past when I've gotten jobs and I've bargained for a specific job and I was given certain oral verifications that certain things were going to be with the job, like I might have to work only certain hours on a certain day of the week, or that my vacation would be such and such, or whatever was important to me at that time. I usually went for an oral statement. I would be happy. I would go off. Then when I get the job, I would realize that things had changed, that the things I had been promised weren't the things I was going to get in the job. And then, of course, by then I had met my coworkers. I liked them. I liked the job. I was happy with everything. I was getting the paycheck. And now the hard decision, about leaving the job because I'm not getting what I had been promised. All of these things can be taken care of by contracts, by meeting and talking. You have to communicate. You have to put things down in writing. And, somebody slapping you on the back and saying, oh, yeah, you're going to get this and this and this is not enough, because you are going to make a commitment, a certain amount of time, a certain amount of income, and you have to have it in writing, because people, especially if they can save money, will cut back on certain things. And this is the same with Oprah and her Monique problem. This is the exact same thing. The people were so eager to get the job that they did not get things in writing. There was not clarification of what was going to be done, what was to be expected, and salary complaints. And it's not about women making less and men doing better in these fields. It's about women not speaking, not communicating, not putting down what they want in writing. Now, I blame most of this on Taraji, in that she is the job seeker. Oprah has a job that she needs filled. She is offering it to Taraji, and she tells Taraji what the pay is. Now, whenever you go for a job, again, this is any field, if you don't like the pay, you just, close the book on it and say, well, that's a great job, but I don't think it's for me because it doesn't meet my needs. I have a higher monthly salary required in order to have my lifestyle, and so I need to have a bit more in salary. And you can say that verbally, and then Oprah can accept it or deny it. But that job just may not be for you. It might be for another actress. Every job has multiple people that can fill that slot. And if you can't fill that slot with your needs, then you need to let it go on with somebody else. Now, the other thing you can do is you can get multiple jobs. So you might get a job with Oprah, and you might get another job to help fill up your financial needs for the month. Now, the first thing Taraji has to do is she needs to figure out what she needs to make per month in order to live the lifestyle she wants. Now, she says after she pays her promoter, her this, her that, and the other, her insurance, or whatever else she pays, that she's only left with like $150,000 for doing the whole thing. And she needs to know all of that up front, and she needs to write this down on paper. She should not write down what her monthly expenses are and what she needs for her basic needs. That's just to meet her housing and food and so forth, child care. And then she needs to have added a certain amount, what she needs for vacation, what she needs for entertainment, what she needs for gas money, or whatever else that she wants to put in there as extra that she needs in order to have her current lifestyle. Then she needs to ask for the amount she figures out she needs. And then if Oprah or any other person who's offering a job says, well, I can't give you what you want, then Taraji needs to say, well, can I make up that extra money by adding extra jobs? And then if she can, she might want to accept Oprah's offer. If she can't, then she needs to say, well, I have to find something else. Now, if nobody else wants her, well, then that's a problem, because she's in more of a desperate situation, and she will have to, she's more likely more forced to take the job she's offered. But that's not Oprah's fault if nobody else wants her, because that means that she doesn't have the visibility, the drawing power that she thinks she has. And then she has to keep records of her drawing power, so she can go back to Oprah and say, well, I did this job and I feel that we had this amount of audience, and I feel I was the big draw here and I was a big draw there, and I feel that I am worth such and such. Now, Oprah or any other funder of a job might say, well, we don't know. I don't know if you're worth that or not. So they have in jobs in film and so forth, they have back end payments, so that you might come in with a job that's not going to take care of all of your wants financially, but they say, okay, but if the job goes well, I want to be on the back end. I want to get a certain percentage of profit, and that's above and beyond whatever you pay out as far as just paying for the project itself. So she can offer to get back end payments, and she should know this. I mean, she's in her 40s. She's been in this for a long time. The fact that she's crying on TV saying she's not getting enough money, I think it's pitiful. And it shows, mentally she's not there. Mentally, she is not a businesswoman. Mentally, she has not learned her craft, because bargaining for what you want is part of the craft in the entertainment business. You have to either learn how to make it on your own, do your own projects. And how many projects has Taraji done, and how many projects has Taraji offered to other actresses and actors? I can't think of any. But, maybe she has offered help to other people. And I know Oprah has given opportunities to many, many minority actors, and not only in movies, but also on the internet. I hear all the time of people watching her shows, Ready to Love, and I don't even know the other names, but I know she has a whole bunch of them. And these are all fresh people. These are reality shows, but these people can become actors or whatever from those reality shows, or go on and do spin-offs. And so she has given many, many opportunities to people. But a lot of the people who are chiming in on this, I don't know that they've really given any opportunity to anybody. Like Whoopi Goldberg is saying, has a lot of complaints about Oprah, but I don't know of projects that Whoopi has done to help other minorities get jobs. How many shows has Whoopi produced with her income? She has income for herself. She has income for her family. but how many people has she actually gotten into positions where they can start a career in the entertainment industry and go off and possibly become independent actors and actresses and stars or whatever for themselves. So I have to give it to Oprah. She's making opportunities for people. It's up to that actor or actress to make it fly, to make it work for them. And without Oprah, there wouldn't even be a job for Taraji at that particular time in in a movie similar to the one Oprah was offering. So that's what I feel about all of this. I think, they certainly, they were also complaining about the rooms and the bathrooms and all that stuff. I don't know what else they were complaining about, but they had a lot of complaints. All of that stuff is taken care of in the contract in the entertainment industry. They have these things called writers, and when you have a writer, you basically write out exactly what's going to really piss you off if you don't get it. So you say, I want a toilet attached to my room. I want it private. I don't want other people using the same bathroom as me. You put that on the writer. You say, I need food. When I come there, I want food of this quality or this kind. I'm a vegetarian or whatever, and I need this number of sandwiches. I need this number of sodas. I need ice cream at 3 p.m., whatever you need. You put that on your writer, you submit it, and so that's part of your contract. You say you fulfill this, and we have a deal as far as the finances, as far as the comfort station. You say, I need a trailer. I need a trailer that's for me only, and it has to be such and such a size, and it has to have a bathroom in it, whatever you want. You just put down your wildest fantasies, and they'll tell you whether they can comply with your writer. So Taraji, I think she needs to educate herself. She needs to read. She needs to get her business organized. And she is a business. As an entertainer, she is a business. She has to get her business organized. And you can't come complaining about the project. Anybody who does a project, whether it's a school project or whether it's a big project like a movie, no one wants people coming around bashing their movie after Oprah has invested money in it and other people have invested large amounts of money. To come out crying on stage and saying you're being treated like slaves and you ain't getting what you need and blah blah blah, and basically trying to diminish the people who are paying for you in the project in the first place, of course is going to leave you blackballed. Nobody is putting that money out easily. Ask Whoopi, what's she financing? Ask Howard, what is he financing? All of these people have comments. Monique, what has she financed for other people? Is she making a movie? Is she making things that people can star in? Is she creating jobs and opportunities for people in the industry, including backhand stage people as well as people who are appearing in front of the camera? So you can't sit around and just be a complainer. The problem starts with you. The problem starts with Taraji. The problem starts with Monique and other people who feel that they were not given what they wanted. But did they write it out? Did they write out what they needed and wanted and then discuss it? Or did they just wait until the whole thing was over and decided they were going to go on a campaign to trash the movie and to trash the person who was funding the whole thing? And, I saw many clips where they did publicity tours, met with different people, and then, Taraji wouldn't talk to Oprah, or she would sit away from Oprah, or, it was just very embarrassing to me. And yes, I think that for doing that, Taraji has a high likelihood of being blackballed, and it's just her own stupidity to me. I just can't see where I would put my money into something and then have other people come and trash it when all they did was act in it. They didn't have anything to do with creating it. I mean, the person who created the songs, the person who did the lighting, the person who did the costumes, all of those people get punished when you come out trashing the movie. And it's not just about Taraji and her income. She can create her income by her own skills and talents, by communicating, and she should, I think, apologize to Oprah. And, Monique did the same thing. She said she was paid to make a movie with Oprah, and I guess it was Tyler Perry, and then they asked her to do publicity tours, and she said, well, I wasn't promised. I didn't promise to do that. I promised to act in the movie, and then I was going to go home and sit with my husband. Well, I'm not in the entertainment business, but I know everyone does a publicity tour. And Monique is not that stupid. Monique knows that any project has to be publicized, built up, so that people want to see the project. And so Monique should have had that in writing. She should have said, this is how much I'm being paid to act, and this is what I require for the publicity tour. It's just a fact that the project was going to require a publicity tour. She could have written in there, I require airfare to and from the site where the publicity is going to be done. I require a hotel of such and such a caliber. I require 10 sandwiches a day. I require to have my husband travel with me. Whatever she wanted, she could put in her writer, and they could accept or reject whatever she put there. And if she didn't want to do it, guess what? There are a bunch of other actresses who would be willing to communicate and talk about what they would accept as far as pay and as far as other needs. So I think on both of these projects, I side with Oprah in that she was blindsided by the people who were starring, and you can say that she didn't pay enough. I'm not the judge of that, because only these actors know what they need to, fulfill their monthly financial commitments, to have their own lifestyle. So Oprah just made a contract with these people for a certain amount of money. She didn't specify, how much was going to where, how much was going to their taxes and so forth. She just said, I'll pay you this. They said, okay, and that's it. But if you want more, you have to ask for more. And you have to get it in writing. I learned that myself when I was starting out working. And I'm not in the entertainment business, as I said. So for everybody, discuss your needs. Know what you need as your monthly or yearly income for the job. And get it all in writing. Get it in writing so that when you start work, if people try to change on you, you have the ability to say, well, if I don't get this, well, then maybe you need to pay me more. Maybe I can make a, since you agreed to the writer, if I can't get what's on the writer and you agreed to, well, then maybe we can drop this particular, maybe I get only 2 sandwiches and not 10. And for the extra 8 sandwiches, you can give me, an extra $100 or whatever it is, and I can hire my own DoorDash person to bring me the extra 8 sandwiches, whatever it is. But be clear, get it in writing, and don't come out complaining after you start the project on certain terms and then find out that you made a bad deal. And she's supposed to have a manager who knows all this stuff and is supposed to be able to help her. Where is this guy? what is he doing? And I wouldn't pay him a penny. If I didn't get what I wanted and I was doing my own negotiating and I didn't know what I was doing, I wouldn't pay the person who was representing me a penny if they knew what I needed and I didn't get a full written commitment as to what was involved with the job. So that's my feeling on Oprah and Taraji. They need to let it go. Both of them. Oprah should have known to get everything in writing, but Taraji, she definitely needed to know how to handle her business. I would just say it was a bad deal for both. Taraji will be blacklisted for bad mouthing the project, especially when it was so visible. Nobody wants that at the end of the day. And you just have to learn what you're doing. You're 40 some years old, get it together. You're going into old age. When are you going to learn? So what do you think? Am I too harsh? Am I too harsh on Taraji? Am I too harsh on Monique? Well, I don't have any special ties to Oprah. This is just me thinking out loud. Meanwhile, I'd be thinking. Like and subscribe. Bye.